Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the show where we break down your favorite made-for-TV movies one bottle at a time. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and today we are talking about Friendship Never Dies. Whoa! Friendship Never Dies stars Lauren Bugogi. But I know that's not how you say her last name, but that's what I call her, my good old Bugogi. Leah Merritt, Harlan Drum, and Jadon Cow. Now on the show, we either pour it up, which means yes, or put a cork in it, which means no, thank you. So what are we going to do to this movie? Put a cork in it. Screw top. Now, if you haven't seen the movie and you want to avoid spoilers, you're going to want to go ahead and hit pause and then come on back because I'm about to do a quick little recap starting now.
The movie begins with some generic Lifetime pop music because it's a high school movie. A pretty blonde mother named Lucy drops her daughter Evelyn off at school. Evelyn isn't in school long because her new BFF Brianna sneaks her out of class and the friends ride bikes to a closed lagoon. Daredevil Brianna jumps off a cliff and appears to drown. It's only a test, and Evelyn passes. She is rewarded with a heart-shaped necklace and promises that they will be friends forever. The friendship appears to be cut short because Brianna's mother, Mindy, gets a job out of state. However, the family won't be moving because she is killed with a tranquilizer dart. A hunk detective questions Brianna and gives custody to Lucy temporarily. Evelyn is thrilled. Lucy wants the troubled teen out of her house and does the typical Lifetime mother moves. She searches online for living relatives, breaks into a crime scene, and just some regular old generic snooping. She finds an address book, but is injured by a large box.
Is someone there?
She spends the rest of the movie walking around with a cane and an air cast. Mindy's ex-boyfriend and the number one suspect, Greg, bombards Lucy in the parking lot and warns that Brianna is a master manipulator. She scares him off with her car alarm.
Make sure I get all this. I want to write this down.
Which was pretty smart. I'm going to save that for my own creepy car confrontations. A strange pillow fight montage happens with some stargazing thrown in for good measure. Lucy tracks down a relative named Sarah Louise with an age-old trick. She drives out to meet the relative and finds her dead from a tranquilizer dart as well. Detective Hunk arrives and tells Lucy that it couldn't be Greg because he was at the police station during the murder. Lucy rushes home to check on her daughter, but instead finds a tranquilizer dart in the laundry basket. Actually, it was in the laundry machine. A scene happens where Brianna cuts an apple with a large knife. So there's that. Brianna runs away and leaves a goodbye message on the mirror written in lipstick like it's RuPaul's Drag Race. Sashay away. Evelyn is horrified and smacks her mother. Lucy locks her daughter in the room and takes away her phone, but not her laptop. A boy that Brianna was planning on running away with named Alex also falls victim to the tranquilizer dart. Except this time, Evelyn's friendship necklace is in his hand. Detective Hunk shows up at Lucy's house and they learn that Evelyn has escaped out the window. Lucy goes unaccompanied to Brianna's house and finds who she thinks is her daughter tied up to a chair and covered in gasoline. Only it isn't Evelyn, it's Brianna. Evelyn is inexplicably dressed up like Marilyn Monroe, waving around a lighter. Lucy takes out her own daughter and saves Brianna. 4 months later, Lucy visits her daughter in the mental hospital. Lucy supports her daughter and they apologize to one another. Then Lucy visits Brianna and gets some closure until she sees Brianna befriending another girl with the same friendship necklace. She was the master manipulator all along. And that is Friendship Never Dies.
Friendship never dies. Man, so the thing about this movie is it seems like a movie where you'd be like, okay, I should pass this one up. And in a way, you're right. But also kind of worth a watch. I like that there was a good twist here at the end with the friend kind of being the master manipulator the whole time and just like going on to the next person, manipulating the next person while the poor other girl is like in a mental institution. Why was she dressed up as Marilyn Monroe? Why? I don't understand. I have no idea. But that's the problem with the movie, right? There's a lot of like artistic choices that the director made, like with the weird pillow fight and like a lot of music choices that kind of like set a tone or set a mood. Instead of achieving the goal of setting like a fun mood movie like Virgin Suicides, it was more like filler, like time filler. So let's move along, movie. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the killing. The director, his name's Damon Romay, I think. He's directed a ton of Lifetime movies, so he's probably just getting bored of, another TV movie. Okay, I have to make this interesting for myself. There were just so many scenes that went nowhere. Hey, Janet, like, how's it going? And Janet's like, oh, I don't know. And then commercial. And you're like, what? What's happening? Who's Janet? Janet's not in this movie. I really wanted Lucy and the hot detective to get together, and they didn't. So, like, even my love story didn't happen. So, gotta put a cork in it for that. Got to. Now it's time for the Minority Report, the segment where we talk about representation in TV movies and why it matters. So this movie, unfortunately, had no people of color, actors of color, and that's not cool. So that's another reason why we would put a cork in it. Zero representation in any form. That's like very not good. So do better. And that wraps it up for this episode. If you want more Lifetime Uncorked, you can check out our website, lifetimeuncorked.com. You can also follow me at Patrick Miguel or the show at Lifetime Uncorked. Don't forget to rate and review us, leave a comment and subscribe and like this video. Do all the things and check out our podcast, also called Lifetime Uncorked. We are on a hiatus, but if you would like to listen to the back catalog, I highly recommend it. You get to hear my lovely voice through your speakers. I'm so sorry about that. And yeah, donate to our Ko-fi page. We'd love for you to support us. Any donation, big or small, thank you very much. And that wraps it up. So we will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.